Hi my lovelies, and welcome back to Abby's Whimsical Diaries. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the ways by which you can feel more confident or become more confident. Now, a little bit of context or like a sort of a backstory. Before this, I was someone who was so not confident at all. Like, if confidence was here, for me, confidence was right down here. I had no confidence in myself. I never believed in myself, and my self-esteem was so low. But after the changes that happened in my life and these routines that I implemented in my life, I've seen so much change in myself. And to be honest, like, my classmates from school don't even believe that it's me, I'm the same person, because I was so timid, so shy. But now I'm a bit more outspoken. I'm not gonna say I'm the most confident person out there, but it has changed so much, and I wanted to share these tips with you so you can also implement them in your life and help to grow your confidence. But as always, my dear lovelies, before we begin, grab some of your favorite snacks or any drinks that you guys like. Be cozy, be comfortable, and let's dive into it. So my dear lovelies, the first thing I would like to talk about is mindset shift. So in order to become more confident, the first thing you can do is to shift your mindset, the way how you think or you perceive yourself. Now, I know this is something that is really hard and it will take some time, but stop talking or saying negative things about yourself. Now, even if it's in a joking way, do not ever say it, because once you start saying things like this, your brain subconsciously links and thinks that oh, if she's saying this about herself, maybe it's true. So you have to change your mindset. Try to never talk bad about yourself or never talk ill about yourself. I'm not saying that once you start this mindset shift that you will never have negative thoughts. We all have these thoughts in our head, but whenever these thoughts come, just try to combat them and think good things. Say that this is how I'm feeling at the moment, but it is not like the truth. This is not necessarily like the truth, or I am bad, or I'll never reach anywhere. Never. We don't do that here. If you feel that way, one of the tricks that I used to do is I go on Pinterest and I search up things like that, affirmations or things like that, and it really helps me. Say things that will help you to grow, and try to think good thoughts, because if you keep on thinking bad about yourself, that's how you'll feel about yourself. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, now my dear lovelies, the second tip that I have for you all is to take care of your appearance. Now, for many people, maybe you might think that that's really shallow, or how does that help? But trust me, it does. It changes how you think about yourself completely. And I'm not saying that you're going to dress for other people, but this is more about how it'll make you feel on the inside. And I used to think too, like, why do we need to dress or like to be like put together? But trust me, I always feel so much better when I take care of myself. So it can be even little things, like brushing or combing your hair before sleeping, even while getting up in the morning, brushing your hair, taking care, or take time for yourself, things like that. It will really help you. So it's really crucial that we take care of ourselves, because if you do not love yourself, how are you supposed to give the love back to other people? It's really an interesting quote I heard. I think probably I heard it on Instagram, or I don't know, maybe it was Pinterest, but it's so true. If you don't take care of yourself, or if you don't love yourself, how are you supposed to give love to other people? Or how are you supposed to radiate that, right? So taking care of yourself is crucial and very important. It will always make you feel good. Trust me. The more you'll feel so good about yourself that once you've had that, the first tip that I talked to you guys about, having a proper good mindset, and then pairing it up with feeling good on the outside, you will feel so good. And that has really helped me to feel more confident in myself and the way I treat myself after that, because it's like you're respecting yourself. And if you respect yourself, even other people, people can see how you respect yourself. And if you neglect yourself, that's when people will ill treat you too. So it's not more about caring what people say or what people think, but about yourself and your appearance, and being the best version of yourself. So yeah, let's move on to point number 3. So another tip that I have for you, my lovelies, is to take care of your surrounding or keeping your space clean. Now, you would say, what does that have to do with confidence? How does that equate, or how does that add up? but trust me, it does. Because when your space is more blown, like when your space is full of clutter, it's dirty, it's messy, it will all get in your head. And trust me, you'll feel so, you feel like you can't take care of anything. And as women, we're more prone to clutter, so it's really essential that we keep each and everything in their place. When you come back, I know, especially getting ready, keeping our makeup here and there, and then leaving it there. Then when you come back later, you're just like, I'm just going to do it later. And that day never comes. It goes on to the next day until the weekend, and everything is so messy, and you can't figure out what's going on. Why does my life feel like that? So it's more also about putting your space and keeping it clean, because in a clean environment you can really think straight. You can also all those ideas come out from your head too. So cleanliness is really important. Keep your space clean and you'll feel so good about your surrounding. So another tip I have for you, my dear lovelies, is journaling. Now journaling is really crucial, and I keep on repeating and saying to journal, but journaling really helps you to understand your emotions or how you're feeling. And the great thing about journaling is that when you write down about your feelings or what you've achieved, how you felt in a particular day, when you flip back the pages of your journal and see how much you've overcome and how much you've grown, it really helps you to feel good about yourself and become more confident. You can write down about things you want to achieve, and trying it out each day or each month or each year, and you can reflect on it and check it out again, and this really helps me also to get that confidence boost or feel good about myself and think and reflect on the things that I've done before. So when you track your progress that way by journaling, it really helps you to understand yourself better and your emotions. And another tip also I would like to add here is you can make this time like a me time. It can be only for like less than 10 minutes or so, where you take a journal. It can be any notebook you want to write, even like cutesy ones also, that's nice. So you get like a journal, any notebook, and you write down things that you want to write about. And you can write maybe things you're grateful for, or things you want to achieve, or how you're feeling that day. Or it can also be like your little own personal diary, where you talk about your everyday life events, and make sure that at the end of the month, at the end of each month, you check it again and see what goals or what progress you've made, and that will really help you to feel more confident about yourself. Okay, my dear lovelies, so another tip that I have for you is to engage in some form of movement at least once a day. And what I mean by this is not like something really intense that will make you feel tired, like running, sprinting or something like that. It can be very simple, like walking, or even if it's just like 15 minutes a day. Some form of movement will really help you to feel good about yourself, because you'll feel accomplished, that you've at least done something. And also, like, if you can afford to get a gym membership, get one. Because for me, like, if you didn't know yet, I really enjoy and love the gym. I basically like live in the gym most of the time. So for me, the gym is the place where I really love. It really makes me feel so good and confident about myself. And the best thing about it is it's not about just I feel like most of the time the physical appearance is like a bonus, but what is more important that comes out from this is discipline and consistency. And let me tell you one thing, or share a little secret, where if you're consistent at the gym, you will also be consistent in other areas of your life. Because for me also, just by going to the gym, it has helped me to become so disciplined in other areas of my life as well. And also, my dear lovelies, if you didn't know, I have an Instagram account. You can also follow me on Instagram, and I usually put some gym content out there, so you can also if you're interested, you can check it out, and I'll link it in the description box below for you guys to check. So now let's move on to the next tip that I have for you guys. Okay, my dear lovelies, so another thing that I would like to talk about, or mostly actually it's the most important thing, it's my faith. And for me, even as some of you might know, I've gone through a very drastic weight loss journey, and I have to say that it wasn't possible with my own strength, and I was able to do all of this with God by my side. And ever since I've had him close to me. It's like something that I would never go back on, and my faith is really important to me. So, I had to share this because this is the, I'd say, the most important thing, or most important part in my life. It's when I started to, get closer to God, trying to figure things out. That's when I really had the real glow up. It's like when I met Jesus and I changed, and that too not only just physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. So yeah, my faith has also played like a big, huge role in my confidence journey, or even up till here that I am right now. It's because I am nothing without God, and that is something that I had to put out there, because that is one of the things that really led me to become more confident in myself. So my dear lovelies, we've reached the end of the video today, and I really hope that these tips will help you in some way or another to become more confident in yourself. And I'm really glad to have each and every one of you here, even though we're a small community, but we're also growing day by day. So thank you all for watching my videos, and if you really like this video, please like, subscribe, and also turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a single update that I put up here on this channel. So I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye my lovelies.